Okay, we're back on part 2 of this Lexus ES 330, a 2006 model. Now, one thing I'd like to point out, most of you are already aware of this, but the OEM style moldings for older Toyotas and Lexus have a very narrow ridge that hooks onto the glass edge. And the reason why they do it that way is because moldings that encompass more of the glass edge are going to interfere more with the bonding surface. Because if you look at the height of my bead that I've applied, it's equal to the height of the roof line, but you have less than 1/2 of an inch of space between the back wall of the pinch weld and the top of the V, with the V being center of the pinch weld. You have a very narrow surface to make contact, and this is where it's so important to use a device or the assistance of another to get it properly set. Another case in point, with such a narrow contact surface bite of the molding on the glass, it allows for more possibility of the molding rolling off when you go to place it. That can be problematic. Now, simply just place the glass into the tool, and you notice by leaving the wiper nut off, it allows the tool to shift or pivot a little bit. That's a good thing, because if you need to shift or pivot while you're going in, you notice you have to go to slide angles so that you clear the hood and the fenders. And you notice we haven't touched the bead anywhere as of yet. I have complete control. I can bring my glass down at the upper corner at the top. And this type of molding, like I've said, you want to set it high on the pinch weld surface so that when you set it in, the lip rolls into the opening as it should. So you want to make fast one side. Go ahead and make fast one side and get you some tape on it so that it doesn't move on you. Stretch it a little bit. You see how it's curling a little bit into the opening. You may want to take a small screwdriver or something and pull it back up before you actually press it into the urethane. Come over here to this side, and you can see where our urethane has begun to touch, but it hasn't really been decked yet. So you got a little bit of play to move it around. Take a screwdriver or a paddle or something, and just carefully pull that molding up on the surface where it belongs. Manipulate the glass where you need it to be. Okay, and like I said, just set it a little bit higher so that when it rolls into the opening, the bead's going to be between the rise in the molding and the glass, as opposed to behind the molding, between the molding and the body. Go ahead and secure it on this side. Make sure you're center. And you want to waste no time getting it decked. Go ahead and raise your hood. Carefully lift the glass. Remove the Rolladeck. Drop the glass into place. Now you can be confident that as you were going into the opening, it did not make contact to the bead anywhere before it came straight into the bead. So you know for a fact, see how that molding's laying in nicely? You know for a fact that it is set perfect as it should be. And this is the reason why I suggest using the Rolladeck, even on a windshield that's not really that large, such as this one, because it's not always about just simply muscling the glass, but it's about precision placement, not to mention saving your back and body. When precision is a must, it's the Rolladeck you can trust. And yes, if you notice that there was a little bit of, I put a little skim bead on the edge of the molding to the glass just to make certain that I make contact to the molding with urethane so that it wouldn't blow out. And some of that has, as I was rolling it in, kind of stuck to the roof, but a little bit of solvent will clean that right up. That's not part of the installation urethane. That was part of the pre-applied urethane that I put on my molding. Okay. But you see, that rolls in nicely. You get a nice tight reveal. When precision is a must, it's the Rolladeck you can trust. Order yours today, www.rolladeck.net.